Right, so today's work, 3 pieces, 18 minutes, 2 minutes for a bit of a rest and a stretch and a drink, and then another 18 minutes followed by another 2 minutes rest and a stretch, and then a 20-minute piece to finish. So the first piece we'll get into pretty soon. It'll be broken up into 3 6-minute chunks. Start off just working into it nice and steady, rate 18. After 6 minutes, we'll take it up to 20. Probably just aim to go a little bit higher over the rate and then drop into a nice solid rhythm with a good ratio. And then after 6 minutes at 20, we'll back down to 18. Okay. As ever, I'm going to do it feet out to try and make sure I do some proper finishes. Okay. So is it time? Yeah, it's past time. We'll get going. So I'll count you in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and steady. Not working too hard to start with. Just letting everything warm up. Loosen up. Thinking about making sure my hands are leading me away, getting my body over, setting myself up just to roll up the slide, roll up and press off. Things starting to move a bit more freely now, at least for me they are. Just going to make sure with that freedom of movement, not moving too far, not overextending or overreaching. Keeping it nice, solid, sat up both ends. make sure we're generating the pace with the legs. Squeezing them down, opening the body, and then just holding it through with the arms. Arms are all about maintaining that pace through and around the turn. All right, we've got about a minute left, just under at this pace. When we move up to 20, we're going to think about sitting up. Going to use the legs and build over about 3 or 4 strokes. Keep the hands moving. Maybe hit 21. Hold it for a few strokes. And then just hold our knees down. Get a really solid ratio at 20. Okay, sit up ready. In 3, 2. Next stroke. Build it up. Legs. Legs. Legs, move the hands. There we are. 21. Target 20. In 3, 2. Next stroke. Hold knees. Okay. On pace. Nice easy rhythm. Pickup's feeling a bit lighter. Not slowing down so much between strokes. Because everything's moving a little faster on the front end, make sure we're nice and loose, rolling up there. And all we're doing is rolling in, pressing up with the feet. I can feel my feet starting to lose contact with the foot plate just a little bit. So I'm just going to focus on sitting up that back end, keep my elbows in, squeezing my shoulders through. Feels better. Muscles are pretty warm now. Joints are pretty loose. Just make sure we stay relaxed. Use that looseness in the recovery. Arms just loose, hanging, coming forwards, not straight out. Just loose. And straighten that very last bit into the catch. Just before we press off. Coming up on 12 minutes shortly. We're going to drop back down to a solid 18. It's going to get a little heavier. Make sure we stay sat up. Not going to try and compensate with extra length. It's going to vary the same length. Effective strokes. A little bit more time on the slide. Get ready. In 3, 2, next stroke. Hold the knees. There we go. Solid 18. Lots of time. Stroke's going to take a little longer. It's a bit heavier on the pickup. Make sure we're still pressing off with the feet. Getting all that preparation done off back stops. And we roll up, press. Seat, shoulders, hands, all moving together. Keep it in our mind. The aim of the game is to connect that foot plate to the handle in the most effective way possible. The way to do that, have the body sat up, ready. Just acting as a brace against the legs, arms loose, ready. Just acting as hooks to the body. Press. Press off the feet. Good work. So this last couple of minutes, I'm just going to focus on straight line draw, nice and flat. As soon as that handle starts moving back towards me, it's coming in a straight line all the way. One piece. Building the speed all the way through. Make sure we're thinking about this as an acceleration of the handle. We're in a boat, we pick it up, and we build the speed all the way through. We're lifting the boat. Squeezing the finish away. Squeeze the shoulders. Making sure we're not throwing the bodies back. If we're in a boat, we want to dump it into the water at the finish. We want to lift it and send it. Trying to do the same thing on the ergo. In 3, 2, next stroke, wind down. Whew. That went by pretty quick. One down, 2 to go. Hopefully everyone is nicely warmed up now. I know I certainly am. Let's take this opportunity to have a little drink. I'm just going to stretch my glutes out a bit.
It's warm down here in Devon.
Is there a question there?
No, I'm just saying it's just as warm in Devon as probably where you are.
It's toasty in Bristol too. It's like a humid sauna in this garage. It's not fun. And it is fun.
It's pretty chilly here by Perth standards. We've had a few very cold mornings, kind of between 2 and 5 degrees, which is quite unusual. All right. Working hard. I've had to put the fan on for the second piece. All right, so next piece very similar to the first one, except that instead of it being 18, 20, 18, it'll be 18, 20, 22. So we just go up and then step up again. Again, when we change up the rate, we'll go a little bit over and then drop into it. Also, when we paddle off here, I'm probably going to aim for about 19 and then just drop in. So make sure I get a good ratio from the outset. Okay, so I'm going to count you in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, I'm up at 20 at the moment. So I'm going to drop it down in 3, 2, next stroke, on pace, hold the knees. All right, loads of time. Sitting up. Good body position. Just think about the length of our strokes for a while here. Slide length first, coming up. Shins vertical, no lock. Don't want to over compress. Just focus on that for a few strokes. All right, the next part of the length is the reach and the body swing. Make sure we get all that reach off the back end and then don't go for any more. Once we're there, we're there. All we do is roll in, push out. If you feel like you've got a tendency to dip a bit and go for a bit extra, just think about straightening those arms and raising the hands that last little bit as you come into the front. So we're just going to go with the exaggeration, straighten up. It's more of a feeling than an actual movement, but it should stop you dipping. Final part of the length equation, the finish. You don't want to sit back too far. No more than about 20 degrees through the vertical. Stay sat up. Draw the elbows in. Shoulders through. Feel that pressure in the feet. All the way around. Shouldn't be having to pull ourselves forward at all. Momentum just carries us through. I've got my feet out. If I get it wrong, I go flying backwards. Which is a good incentive to get it right. Okay, coming up on 6 minutes shortly. Going to take all those thoughts about length, put them together, make sure we've got a good effective length, sat up, and when it comes to it, I'm going to build the rate through just letting some more power go from those legs, squeeze them down, and build it up. Aiming for about 21, and then drop onto rate. In 3, 2, next stroke. Build it up. Build on the legs. Keep the hands moving. There's 21. Getting ready to hit pace at 20. In 3, 2, next stroke. Hold knees. Keep those hands moving. Keep those legs squeezing. Lots of recovery. Nice straight line. And catch the finish. Listening to our machines. Listening to the sound that wheel makes. Accelerating and decelerating. Let's make every stroke sound exactly the same. Making sure we're still set up both ends. Don't be tempted to try and get a little bit more because it's feeling lighter. Just nice, effective strokes. Just enjoy the lightness. Don't try and make it feel heavier. Doesn't need to. Make sure we're still picking it up on the feet. Rolling forwards. Up onto the balls of the feet. Pressure's building. And then press away. Seat, shoulders, handle. All moving together. All right, just a minute left now at this pace. We go up again. Gonna aim for about 23, 24. And then drop down to the target rate. Again. Don't be tempted to go long. Just sit up. Squeeze it along. Getting ready, sit up. In 3, 2, next stroke. Squeeze it up on the legs. Build. Move the hands. Build. Build. 24. Getting ready. Coming down. In 3, 2, next stroke. Hold knees. Keep that pressure. There we go. Good ratio. Put yourself in the boat. Imagine you're just picking up a lump of water, squeezing it away. Feeling good? Everyone's picking this up together. It's feeling really light on the front end. We're all sat up, squeezing it through. Good work. Really steady, even pressure. In the zone. Make sure we're keeping the hands moving. It's all a little bit faster now. Still getting prepped off of backstops. Still pressing away. Seat, shoulders, handle. Good work, folks. Coming up on the last minute now at this pace. And we got another rest. Make sure we're holding the form. Let's make these last 20 or so strokes really good. Not harder. Just really good technique. Really good body positions. Really efficient. Legs. Flat draw. Squeeze the shoulders. Sitting up. Next stroke. One down. Whew. Good second piece. I've still not figured out how some days you feel like you're killing it, and some days you feel like it's killing you. On Friday, it was killing me. Today, I'm in charge.
You're really easy to follow, which is nice.
Sorry, let me just turn my volume up. Hang on.
You're easy to follow. You make all the shapes nicely. Yeah, it's easy to follow the shapes. And I'm working on the back end quite a bit. And I've never been able to see anyone do the back end in a way that helps a little bit. And I think I'm almost getting it. I know what I need to do now rather than.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to get the back end right and you haven't got your feet out, take your feet out.
My feet are out. They're always out. I never row in.
Yeah, okay, that's extremely helpful in getting the back end right, because then if you mess it up too badly, you end up flying off the back of the slide. So that's a good one to start with. But yeah, I mean, it's really about sitting up and maintaining and not trying to go too far through. If you try and go too far through, you get in a weak position and you can't maintain that. The other thing as well is try not to overwork the finish, because your arms compared to your legs and back are pretty weak. And so I always like to think of it as it's kind of like with the arms, you're hanging on to what you've already got. You're not trying to build any more because you just don't have the strength in your arms to do that. So it's like legs, body, and then just hold on to what you've got and keep it moving through and away.
Okay, cool.
All right, so
I'll look at that.
the final piece, 20 minutes, 5, 5, 5, and 5. So rate 18, 20, 22, and then back down to 20. Okay, so again, nice and steady. Just thinking about the rhythm, the ratio, holding the form and the technique. You're not like working too hard in this. We're not really killing it. You just want to make sure that we row a good shape. All right. How are we doing for time? Pretty good. So once again, I'm going to go off about 19, 20. And then just drop down. I'll call it down. All right. So everybody ready? In 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, I'm around 20, 21 there. So I'm going to count it down. In 3, 2, next stroke. Hold the knees. Get that ratio. There we go. Make sure we got those loose arms forwards, not dead straight, that's not loose. Slight bends, just really relax. And then just straighten out that last bit. Stop us diving into the catch. Then we've talked about the bicycle chain yet today. It's a good one to get the sort of the motion of the handle kind of cemented in your head. Think about a bicycle chain going around the cogs. The finish is the big cog where the pedals are attached. The catch is the little cog attached to the wheel. And your handle is just following that chain around. Little cog, big cog. But it never stops moving. All right. Good work, everybody. Nice and loose, nice and relaxed. Set up, Squeezing it along. Just think about it. This is an acceleration. It's a build. It's not a punch. All right, just over a minute left at this pace. It's nice and easy at the moment. We got loads of power left in the legs. As we come up to the change, we're going to use that. Drive the rate up. Still taking lots of time in the recovery. As the rate comes up, hand speed increases. Remember, we're just going to hang on to what we've got. Keep it moving around the turn. All right, here we go. Sit up ready. Get ready to build. In 3, 2, next stroke. On the legs. Squeeze. 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 Move the hands. There we go. 22 for me. I'm going to drop it down in 3, 2, next stroke, hold knees, great ratio, sweep it through, loads of time, sitting up. That preparation of the finish. Feel the pressure build as we roll up the slide. And then we just straighten the arms that last bit. And press away. Press away. Nice straight line. Catch the finish. As soon as we start to move, that handle's just coming straight back at us. pace all the way. As we get a little bit fatigued through the piece, natural tendency is to slump a little bit. Make sure we're set up. Nice and tall at the finish. Shoulders through. Handle moving. All right, about half a minute just over left of this pace. Up again after that. Target's 22. Going to go over, then drop onto it. Again, using the legs. Still plenty of spare capacity in those legs. We're only doing steady state. Getting ready, sit up. In 3, 2, next stroke. On the legs. Build. 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 There we go. On 24. We'll drop it down in 3, 2, next stroke, hold the knees, keep that power, sit up, sweep it through, move the hands. Good rhythm. Nice and light. Everything moving faster. Really important not to try and bite off more than we can chew. Efficient stroke length. Elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades, point the toes, press those finishes out. Good. Nice loose recovery. Let the hands lead you out. Good work, folks. Just over a minute left on this pace. We're going to take it down. We're not going to let it collapse. We're going to drive it down. Keep the pressure and hold the knees. All right. Make sure we're sat up still. Loose. In 3, 2. Next stroke. Hold knees. Keep that drive. Don't let it get heavy. Sit up. Seat, shoulders, handle. All moving together. Still picking it up on the legs. Okay. Good work. Nice rhythm. Holding the form. Squeeze the shoulders. Squeeze those glutes out at the finish. Give it some stability. Nice and strong. This is great, folks. The last 60 strokes coming up. There we go. Home straight. Looking good. Picking it up on the feet. Still the legs doing the work. Okay, here we come. Round the final bend. Sitting up. Flat draw. Straight line. Leading out with the hands. Sweep it through. Still feeling light. Sending that boat away. All right, last 20 strokes coming up. Past the clubhouse now. Everyone's watching. We're looking awesome. Next stroke. Lie down. Whew. Good job.
Thanks, Mark. That was great.
Oh.
And it's very hot and sweaty in Dorset as well.
I have to admit, I really did not feel like that at the start. When I was coming out of the house, I was like, oh God, you know, kind of wish I hadn't made this commitment, but I'm glad I did. It's always better when you've done it.
I'm glad you came out. Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Before we sign off, I'm back on Friday for the final session, same time. And then I think there's a summer break, but I think this one got recorded. So you can basically relive this session again and again and again throughout the summer.
What a dream.
Lucky you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right.
See you Friday, maybe.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. See you Friday.
All right. See ya.